Well, truly speaking, this has been almost like a long walk and a journey that I never actually knew that I would take. In my life, it's for me. I see myself as not have used the time and the opportunity and the life that God has given me profitably, in light of the fact that there has been people whose life was stolen, and whose dreams were stolen, and this nation, truly speaking, suffered a loss, worse than I think South Africa could. Um, and I think it was worth going through it. And for me, it is an eye opener in saying there's much more that as human beings, can do. And at the same time, it actually opened my eyes on the fact that we are capable of either the worst or the good, as human beings. Um, and I just thank God that there are still young people in this nation, and they are a hope, or the hope of this nation. You know, um, uh, it's better to have young people than to have old people, because old people have a very short space to contribute, but young people have a lifetime to contribute. And I believe that unity with the young people, and I would want to actually say that to everybody, in saying, young people, unite and fight in making sure that you support each other instead of coming against each other. Make sure that you lift each other up, you support each other, you always help one another, because that is that will that's where the hope of this nation is. And if you support one another, you love one another, you actually pray for one another, you always, even sometimes some of you may not have the same gifts, but make sure that the one that has something that could contribute to the nation, support that person, because there's a wheel in her wheel, and a bigger wheel is actually driven by a smaller wheel inside. So you may be the one that can help somebody who has a big name to change this nation. And so if you had education, you have education, help those that are still little, that are young, teach them. Take time to teach them, because I can promise you, your reward is greater than any other person's reward. People that always think of themselves, who are self-ambitious, who always think of making it for themselves, actually are, I wouldn't say even losers, but they are an expense to the nation. Become an asset to the nation, and make sure that you allow God to use you and to use your gift. Be united, because in unity there is power.
So what the message can give to the pastors of Rwanda?
Well, the message to the pastors, I would say to them, you have a responsibility to make sure that this nation becomes the nation that God will pride himself in. In fact, you have a responsibility. If this nation collapses, it simply means you have failed. We have a responsibility as pastors, as leaders. And I would like even to actually acknowledge the leader of this nation in continuing to do and to stand by its people, and to make sure that this nation becomes that which God wants us to be. Do not count God out. Anything that you do outside God will fade. Whoever built a house without God being involved, then he's wasting his time.
As we conclude, I want to ask you what the message to bring to the South African people.
I would actually, as I go back, and I'm going to definitely challenge South African, even the churches, to challenge them to act, to do something. Even if it can be just a little, adopt some young people. Help them, support them, let them learn, let them go to school. And because this nation needs us as South Africans. And I personally pledge to actually help even some of the musicians here, to help them to push and to use their gifts, and even to make opportunities for them so that they may grow and become professional, more professional than they are. I saw some of the children whose dreams were to become great singers and dancers, but that was stolen from them, and it was stolen from this nation. And I would like to actually be part of building this nation. It is a great nation, and as a matter of fact, what I have received from everybody in this nation was love, was hope, was faith, and I just want to enhance that.
Thank you, Bishop.
Thank you, sir.